Yes, thank you, Will. Welcome, everybody. The national anthems. National anthem of Belgium as we prepare for this game in Vancouver, the most northerly venue at the World Cup. So thankfully, likely to provide the coolest conditions. Average external temperature of around 20 degrees centigrade, so much milder than down south. Let me run you through the two teams for this game. New Zealand showed two changes from their defeat by Egypt. Michael Boxall and Callum McCowart drop out. Tyler Bindon and Ryan Thomas come in. So it's Crocombe in goal, Payne, Sermon, Bindon and Kakache in defence. Stamanic and Bell the central midfielders. Thomas, Singh and Just behind Chris Wood. As for Belgium, they show 5 changes from their last game against Iran, where they were held to a draw. Mounier, Ngoy, who's suspended, Raskin, Salamakers and Lukaku drop out. In come Castagna, Tiat, Van Aken, De Ketelare and Jeremy Doku, who we're surprised to see from the start because having gone back to England to witness the birth of his first child and also missed the previous game because of breathing issues, we had been led to believe by Rudy Garcia, their coach, that he wouldn't start the game, but he is starting the game, and Belgium ideally need to win. New Zealand have to win, and Tash Dowie, who's alongside me, it promises to be a decent game. I don't want to tempt fate.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Both teams have to come out. It's a must-win for New Zealand. Let's hope there's an early goal. And then Belgium have to be better. They've been really poor. They really have. I think De Bruyne has been their standout player, and he's 35 now. So I think their big players have to step up today. I think with the guys from New Zealand, they've started both games pretty well, but have ended up throwing away crucial points. So I think for them it's a case of actually making sure when they do start well, no clean sheets, I believe, in 13 games. That's an issue for them.
The referee is Jordanian Adam Makadma. The referee Cape Verde's 0-0 draw against Spain at the start of the tournament, and we just heard on TalkSport 2 that Cape Verde have made it through to the round of 32 along with Spain, knocking out Uruguay. Incredible story. And guess who Cape Verde will play in the round of 32? None other than the world champions, Argentina. So what a fascinating contest that will be, but we'll put that one aside for now and we'll focus on this, the opportunity for either New Zealand or Belgium to go through, and it would be a major surprise if the Belgians are knocked out. But having seen Uruguay dismissed, you just never know.
Yeah, and it happened last World Cup, didn't it? I think that something's not right at Belgium at the moment with the way that they're performing. I saw a crazy stat with regards to, I think it's 69 shots, and they haven't even had a Belgian goal scorer yet. So I think that has been a problem.
Yes, the only goal that they've scored has been an own goal. They do have plenty of attacking prowess in De Bruyne. He'll sit behind De Ketelare, Trossard one side, Doku the other. It's quite daunting in a way for New Zealand.
When they click, it is daunting, but right now they haven't clicked. So yeah, I think that is that unsettlingness. Is this the game? You know what those players can produce, and then if they don't, you have got the likes of Lukaku, who is a handful that can come on and change a game.
Right, the two sets of players and the officials are now lining up around a centre circle.
Now, friends, please rise if you're able to join us in observing a moment of silence for the victims of the earthquakes in Venezuela.
Veuillez vous lever si vous le pouvez et joignez-vous à nous pour observer un moment de silence pour les victimes des tremblements de terre au Venezuela.
And the two sets of players and those in the stadium will now pay their respects. Impeccably observed, as you might expect. Referee Makadma takes the ball and hands it to Kevin De Bruyne, because Belgium are going to get this game underway. The final game in Group G for these two. The other one involving Egypt and Iran will be of great interest. They're first and second respectively as it stands. Belgium starting third, New Zealand in fourth. Anything could happen in the next couple of hours. That's what makes the World Cup fascinating. Here's the countdown that we've come to expect. Even the Canadian audiences love it. So we're up and running, and it's Belgium in their red shirts with yellow trim, black shorts and black socks who attack the goal away to the left in this first half. The All Whites of New Zealand, unsurprisingly, in all white.
And I mean, straight away you can see they're looking to gain ground, being quite direct. I think today it's just about getting a result. Sometimes actually it's not about the pretty football necessarily. You can see straight away Belgium want to go direct with a long throw.
Maxim de Kuyper takes it from the left. It's headed out towards the edge of the New Zealand penalty area and then hooked further clear. New Zealand trying to work it down this near side there right. The ball is struck by Tim Payne. Goes out of play. Payne, what an interesting story that is. We heard about Bosnia, the Cape Verde goalkeeper, whose Instagram account blew up after his performance in their game against Spain. He's rocketed to about 15 million followers on Instagram. Well, Tim Payne has gone from a few thousand to about 5 million because an Argentinian influencer decided that he was the least known player at the World Cup. Now he's one of the best known players at the World Cup. So he was very thankful for that. So like Bosnia, become a bit of a known name at the tournament. Belgium have possession inside their own half on the far side of the field. Now out to Doku up against his opposite number, Elijah Just. And it's put out of play. It's a huge cheers from the New Zealand fans, and I think some of the neutrals will be on New Zealand's side.
Yeah, they absolutely will. Just to talk on Doku, I think it's a huge bonus to have him back on the team. It really is. I think that will give the players around this Belgian team a real lift and know that there's going to be chances created.
One of the New Zealand players has gone down. You've probably heard the screech in the background, but no free kick as the ball trickles across the halfway line and goes back into defence for Arthur Thiat. Taylor is forced into putting the ball out of play for a New Zealand throw just inside the Belgium half, away to the right. We've had 2 minutes on Talk Sport in Vancouver, where it's New Zealand 0, Belgium 0 in Group G of the FIFA World Cup 2026. He's Just, who scored 2 goals in the opening game. Down the left side for New Zealand. Support to his left from Ryan Thomas. Just then tries to cross from that side, but Doku is there to pick up the loose ball. Has it gone out of play? It has. I think Elijah just forced it out of play, even though he's protesting. The ball hadn't crossed the line, but it's a throw into Belgium. Tash Dowie.
Yeah, New Zealand has started really lively. You can see straight away they're high pressing. Chris Wood is setting the press, forcing Belgium early errors, and I think Just as well is such a key player today. I was looking at the stats. He's the highest sprinter. He's covered the most distance. Scored 2 goals. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him.
Had a really good season in Scotland with Motherwell. It's attracted interest from clubs elsewhere, but he's been quick to point out that my full focus is on the country. Certainly tonight they need a result. They need a win to make it through to the round of 32, otherwise they're heading back to New Zealand. Here's Doku on the far side of the field for Belgium, up against Kakache. Kakache not committing himself as Doku lays it down the line to the byline, cut back in. It's going to fall to the edge of the area. Belgium from distance. Tielemans, who we know can strike a ball from a long way out, gets right underneath it, and it's high into the stand behind Max Kroken's goal.
Yeah, I think that 1v1 with Kakache and Doku is going to be very exciting to watch, and they were just fully focused on Doku's feet there, and actually I think it was a sign there that switched off. Can't do that. Great third man running. It's actually a really poor cross in the end there, but warning signs early.
Belgium having a fair bit of possession inside the New Zealand half in the opening 4.5 minutes. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side to be taken by Timothy Castagna. Down the line to Charles de Ketelara, and then cleared by New Zealand. Hangs on the halfway line, off the head of Chris Wood, brought down by Ryan Thomas, who I think may have been in an offside position. The flag has gone up, and it's only about 15 yards inside the Belgian half.
Yeah, I'm surprised if that's in there, or maybe it was Chris Wood with the initial header. But I mean, as a number 9 myself, we'll see here, this lazy centre forward play, if that is the case. I mean, it looks tight, it does. Look at the way here, he just has a little bump with Tilsman. He's so strong, and I think that's such a weapon for New Zealand to be able to play off him, Chris Wood, with his hold-up play.
The thing that makes it slightly frustrating, certainly if you're a commentator, is that the flags go up so late, you're not sure what incident was the offside incident. In any case, Belgium have it inside the New Zealand half. New Zealand headed back towards the halfway line, but can't retain possession. De Ketelara down this near side the left. He back heels it into the path of Leandro Trossard. Good cover though by Joe Bell, one of New Zealand's central midfielders. Plays his football domestically in Norway for Viking Stavanger. Right side now for Belgium. Cleared away. Picked up by Bell in midfield. Lays it short to Thomas. He cuts it back and gives it straight to Kevin De Bruyne. From midway inside the New Zealand half, De Bruyne slides it forward. Out to the left edge of the area now to Ketelara. On the edge of the box, waits for support from Castagna. Back to De Ketelara again. Now Tielemans, the captain of Belgium, short to Kevin De Bruyne, the man he succeeded as skipper. De Ketelara, this is very patient. De Kuiper left it thinking that De Ketelara was going to pick it up. And it's cleared back down the near side, the Belgian left. Tielemans, at walking pace, short to De Bruyne. So clean with his passing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I just want to highlight there as well with De Ketelara. Why is he not in the box? And this is the problem. You haven't had a Belgian goal scorer in this World Cup so far, and your number 9's out wide on the left-hand side. Get yourself in within the post. That's where you're going to be the most dangerous.
Different kind of player to Romelu Lukaku. I can tell you that Egypt have already gone in front against Iran, which means they've extended their lead at the top of the group. Mahmoud Sabeh has scored the goal after just 5 minutes. Egypt 1, Iran 0. It's 0-0 here after 7 minutes between New Zealand and Belgium. Belgium in the New Zealand penalty area, the right side of the box. Back to De Bruyne. It's a very compact defensive unit of New Zealand. Lots of white shirts. Only Chris Wood has stayed forward as the outlet. De Ketelara from the right. Tash said he's playing in wide positions at the moment. Doku, 10 yards outside the box. It's quite scrappy because New Zealand are closing down the spaces and Belgium not being allowed to thread balls through. And I think that's a good idea when you've got someone like Kevin De Bruyne who can do that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the game plan is, because you can see New Zealand are dropping into a 4-5-1. They're making it very compact. So if you're then wanting to get balls into the box with no number 9, that's going to be an issue.
Belgium try to come forward again. Pikachu down the far side wins the throw-in for New Zealand.
I think as well as a number 9 is guilty that you get frustrated, you want to get on the ball, you want to get early touches, but you also have to trust your teammates. And I think Ketelara, with the players that he's got either side of him and behind him, you have to believe that you're going to get those opportunities and be patient.
Charles de Ketelara, 4 goals in his previous 6 internationals for Belgium. 4 of the 6 he scored in total, so it took a while to get going. Egypt now have 7 points to Belgium's 3. Iran have 2 and New Zealand have 2. De Kuiper, left edge of the area, plays it in, it's dummied. De Ketelara tried to guide it into the path of Hans Van Aken, but it was just behind the latter, and Van Aken couldn't bring the ball down.
Oh, that was really lovely play here. You can see the third man running. De Ketelara, you can see what he's trying to do, but actually the execution's really poor. He's got to do better there. If that's into a Kevin De Bruyne, you know he's going to kill that. Potentially it's a one-touch finish.
Belgium have a corner. First corner of this game in the 10th minute of the match. Scoreless at the moment. Belgium yet to see a goal scored by any of their players. The only goal that's been attributed to them was an own goal in their opening game. They were held to a goalless draw by Iran last time out. Chris Wood is back, helping out his defence. It's going to be a left-wing corner, an in-swinger from Kevin De Bruyne. He pushes it towards the central area, headed out by New Zealand and picked up by Bell. He's lost out straight away though to Ketelara, out to the far side to find Tiat. Now Tielemans into Michaela. Belgium seeing a lot of the ball inside New Zealand territory, but they're finding it hard to break the All Whites down. Doku switch flanks to this near side the left, into De Bruyne, across the edge of the 6-yard area with the outside of Kevin De Bruyne's right foot. Beautifully played in, but no one in a red shirt could get there first.
Yeah, they're two main players linking up down this left-hand side, and I'm so angry because, again, I'm watching De Ketelara. He's out on the right wing. If you were in the middle of the pitch where you are meant to be, that is a tap-in, and it's 1-0 to Belgium.
They're trying to attack now. It goes back in towards De Ketelara, who is in a central position. Still Belgium. Trossard, tight angle, in off the post, or was it cleared off the line? The ball struck the far post, went across the line. Did it actually go over the line? No. Referee has hesitated momentarily, but he would know from his watch whether it had crossed the line. But Trossard, from around 5 yards out, just to the left of centre, managed to get the ball beyond the goalkeeper. It struck the inside of the far post and then was cleared off the line. And we're now having a VAR check for a possible penalty. What was that for?
I'm baffled.
Was it handball on the... It was on the floor, wasn't it?
I mean, I've got my pen to say straight away that he scored because I thought it was in, and if he hasn't scored, I don't know how he hasn't scored. He must score in that position, and I don't know what they're checking penalty-wise.
The check is over. There is no penalty. Players continued inside the New Zealand penalty area on the right. Crossed in. It's towards De Ketelara, away to the edge of the area. De Bruyne can't get a shot away. Tielemans recycles it. It's all Belgium around the New Zealand penalty area at the moment. They thought they'd scored a moment ago. De Bruyne steps away from Bell, crosses in. Down goes a Belgian player, clutching their head. The referee may have to stop play. A long-range effort from De Bruyne. And finally, the referee does stop play because there's a head injury, and we'll get a chance to review that Trossard effort, which for a split second looked to have crossed the line.
I mean, what a start to this game. It's lovely play. He's got to score. I mean, it hasn't crossed the line. You can see clearly there. I mean, it's so unlucky. He's hit the post, but someone of his quality in that position, I think you've got to score that. And this is probably why they've had 69 shots, was it, without a Belgian goal scorer, because in these positions, in these opportunities in this World Cup, they just have not been ruthless enough. That should be 1-0 to Belgium.
Brandon Mekela is the player down, although he's getting to his feet now. That ball struck the far post, went right across the line and was cleared away by a New Zealand player. I'm not sure what the check referred to when it said possible penalty. Maybe a challenge inside the area? I couldn't see anything.
No, I couldn't at all, to be honest, so...
Either way, nothing's been given, and New Zealand have survived.
And a great first 13 minutes. I mean, we spoke about how exciting this game was going to be, with both teams having so much to play for, and I think both teams have started the game very lively. As you would expect, Belgium dominating possession, but New Zealand are okay with that. They're okay with suffering because they know that they've got Chris Wood as an outlet, and they can look to hit Belgium on the counter-attack. It's
all happening in the other game as well in Seattle, because it's now Egypt 1, Iran 1. Rezian has scored the equaliser, so 2 goals inside the first 14 minutes there. Plenty of action in this game here in Group G, which has been brought to you on Talk Sport, with the other game over on Talk Sport 2. Cameron Pope and Perry Groves, your commentary team for that. Not that we want you to go away, because I think this one is a fascinating matchup. New Zealand have to win. Belgium ideally need to win, because they don't know what's going to happen in Seattle. Tim Payne has it on the halfway line for New Zealand. Forward it goes towards Chris Wood, who we've not seen in an attacking sense as yet. Belgium, though, thwart their progress. And with Yuri Tielemans, they look to move it away to this near side, the left back position. Arthur Thiat back to his goalkeeper, and then it's returned. A compliment from Thibaut Courtois. Courtois, Real Madrid, switches it to the far side of the field, where Castagna wins the throw. New Zealand 0, Belgium 0, almost 15 minutes play. We're getting another replay of the Leandro Trossard shot, which came off the post, and on the line was Tyler Binden, who literally at the last second stopped it going in.
I mean, how that hasn't gone in. I mean, that's when, if you're in New Zealand, you know your luck's with you. If you're with Belgium, I mean, how unlucky. I think 99% that then hits off the defender and is an own goal.
Tyler Binden, who is a Nottingham Forest player, came on as a late sub in the other two group games. Here come Belgium again, down the left, into the area, crossed in by De Kuyper. It's going to fall to the edge of the area. Trossard, left-footed shot which is blocked. Bell doesn't clear it well. Trossard onto his left foot, threads it to De Ketelaere. Doku, straight at Crocombe. Oh, goodness me, no goals, but it's action-packed in Vancouver.
Yeah, it really is. And Belgium, in my opinion, have way too much space within the box. Players able to take a touch, be able to turn, be able to set someone up. Doku then has acres of space then to actually get the shot off. And actually, it's a really tame shot, to be honest. No conviction behind it. Has to get more power and hits it straight at the keeper.
Must be the air in the Pacific Northwest, because obviously the other game is just down the road, so to speak, in Seattle. That game has got off to a blistering start with 2 goals. We might not have any here, but I'd be amazed if we see another goalless draw involving Belgium. If they can't score in this game, then there's something wrong, especially when you have people like De Bruyne, Doku, Trossard, and Lukaku on the bench. They're seeing a lot with the ball, are Belgium. They're going out to win it. Trouble is, are New Zealand going to be able to contain them?
And I think that has been the problem when you look at the games. They've normally actually started the stronger of the teams, but when you look at throwing, both of the 2 games previously away as well, I think that has been the problem. They've never won a World Cup game as well, and that will be in the back of their head. Absolutely, it will.
Belgium again, down the far side there, right. Doku threads it through, down the line it goes. There are plenty of players in the middle. De Ketelaere was the target, but it's Binden again, clearing for a corner for New Zealand. It's relentless threats from Belgium.
Yeah, they're getting into really dangerous areas out wide, both flanks to be honest, but actually it's a poor kick out. Decision making at the moment have let them down. Castagna, for me, there has to dink it, has to hold it up, because there's players at the back post free.
Short corner from the right taken by De Bruyne into Doku. New Zealand get it away. There's nobody anywhere near the halfway line. Chris Wood had gone back to defend the corner, so Thibaut Courtois can pick it up about 15 yards short of the halfway line and play it short to De Kuyper. Belgium almost at a standstill now inside their own half. Down the left side, near side as we look. Talk Sport bringing you live commentary of every single game at the FIFA World Cup. Whether it be on Talk Sport, Talk Sport 2, on the Talk Sport app, we're going to bring the games to you. Stick with us till the final on the 19th of July. The ball goes to Crocombe, who drives it down centre field for New Zealand, over the head of Wood, and New Zealand can't make the ball stick inside the Belgian half.
No, they have to try and find some sort of momentum right now, whether it is, giving away a foul or trying to kill some sort of momentum. What I found fascinating this World Cup, and everyone's been laughing, it's the quarters, trying to break it down into the quarters. The first quarter of this game, Belgium have dominated. New Zealand now have to find a way somehow to get themselves on the ball. They're more experienced players. They have to possess the ball for a little bit, because the longer this game goes on, you're inviting more and more pressure, and that's really dangerous.
On the basis of what we've seen, I think New Zealand would be quite happy to play a 4-quarter game. Partly to get some respite. Belgium hits it forward up towards the halfway line, where De Ketelaere holds it up, and then Doku feeds De Bruyne down the middle. This is where he's very effective. Kevin De Bruyne slides it to the edge of the area. It's Trossard. Oh, it's deflected. and it almost finds its way into the net. It actually popped up into the air and landed on the roof of Max Crocom's net.
They seem very confident that this might be a penalty here. I felt like they were pointing at the referee. I actually think maybe Trossard could have slipped the overlapping player in there. No, it's not. I don't think it is a penalty, but they were complaining to the referee there.
The ball struck Finn Sermon. It was at fairly close range. He would have known very little about it. Adam Nakedma is now in conversation with Chris Wood. Wood is saying that it's not a handball. The Belgian players are in conversation, and we're now waiting to see what the outcome is. It was Trossard right, it struck the elbow of Finn Sermon, but his arm was at basically a right angle at the elbow, and it looked to me like it was tucked in.
And this is where I find it so hard. I mean, where is his hand meant to go? And especially at the speed when you're running as well, and that split second, and I'm going to say it's going to be given though. You've seen this given, and it looks like it is going to be given.
The referee has awarded a penalty, but there's being a VAR check to see if that is the case. There's a lot of dispute from the New Zealand players, as you might expect. That seems pretty harsh.
Yeah, it does seem harsh. And this is where the consistency thing, I think we all struggle with it.
Whoa, here we go. Referee Nakadma is now trotting to the touchline to view this, which suggests it could be overturned. He's gone to view it on the screen. I think that's
got to.
Oh, his arm
Fair
is...
enough. If it's the other arm, which is out, absolutely. But this arm, the elbow's tucked in. There's nowhere else that arm, unless you chop it off, can be anywhere else. That can't be given.
Was it going in? That's hard to tell, isn't it? He's gone for the top corner on the far side of the goal. Well, the referee, Adam McAdam, has had a lively start to this game. He's watching intently. He's speaking to his VAR assistant, Juan Arevalo, to decide if this penalty will be given. It's a deep conversation. The referee gave the penalty. VAR have urged him to look at it. He's now stepping away from the screen, and we're going to find out whether it will be or not.
After on-field review, player number 16 of New Zealand, the left hand was in natural position. Final decision, no penalty, good ball for the goalkeeper.
Exactly what we thought. His arm was in a natural position, no penalty, corner kick.
Yeah, well done, referee. Well done for actually recognising that you've made an error as well and owning that, so good decision there.
Of course, the Belgian players, including Yuri Tielemans, are now disputing the fact that it's not been given. Is it a corner? I thought it popped up. It strikes the elbow of Sermon, but it is, his arm is by his side. It's not his right arm, which is trailing behind him. And it's hit at him from what, 2 yards, 3 yards?
I mean, who would want to be a defender in this day and age? And strikers play to that now, you know. They actually try and they flick it up and they try and get penalties. And
it's actually a drop ball by the referee because play had been stopped, and so it's in the arms of Max Crocom. We're at the midway point of the first half, which, in my view, why not have the hydration break now, as we've had that long delay? They're going to play on until the ball goes dead again, and then we're going to have another stoppage now, which I have to say is rather pointless. Why couldn't we have done it all in one go?
Here come the boos.
So hydration break time in one of the coolest stadiums at the World Cup. You have to argue, do we really need a hydration break, especially when we had such a good opening to this game?
Yeah, no, we don't. And I think for New Zealand, they'll be absolutely over the moon with that, because they've been under the cosh this first 23 minutes. They really haven't been able to get any sort of momentum or foot in the game. And I think for Belgium, they'll be really frustrated because they have been on top. They don't want this hydration break. But I think it's also good for managers to have a talk to the players. And it's been a really really exciting 23 minutes. A little bit disappointed with New Zealand. I thought they would come out a little bit stronger and possess the ball a little bit better, but I think they've got good enough players to do that. But also credit to Belgium. This is what I'd expect to see more. I haven't seen this Belgian type of performance, the intensity, and like I said, the only thing missing so far, which has been the problem, is putting the ball in the back of the net.
Rudy Garcia has just been speaking to the fourth official. The players are taking the time out. It's not that hot in Vancouver. Elsewhere, Egypt won, Iran won in the other Group G game. Egypt lead the group on 5 points. As it stands, Belgium would go through in third place to that group of third place teams. No guarantee that they'd be in the round of 32. So that's why they've gone all out to try and score.
And I think as the game progresses as well, you'll see reactions change, because you'll know from the fans, from the bench, they'll know what's going on in the other game as well. And I think that's what makes this such an exciting game today.
Remember, Leandro Trossard, who thought he'd won a penalty, also thought he'd scored earlier when his shot came off the post and ran right across the New Zealand line. So they have gone close on at least 2 occasions. New Zealand have found it very hard to get out of their own half, let alone get anywhere near Belgium's penalty area.
I think as well it's the depth of New Zealand's squad. You know, a lot of these players have played. I don't think really that the first 2 games it was the same starting 11, and yes, they've made 2 changes today, but there probably is going to be tired legs.
One thing New Zealand find hard is when they do have internationals, is that their players are spread all across the world. 6 of them are based in New Zealand, but they play across 11 countries, most of them around Europe, so it's hard for them to get together on a regular occasion because they're so far away. Of course, we know about people like Chris Wood who play in the Premier League. But it's going to require a resolute performance, I think, from New Zealand to keep out Belgium. If they were to stop Belgium winning this game, Belgium's going to be heading home with Uruguay, who earlier were knocked out after losing against Spain. Spain won Group H, and as it stands, will play Austria in the round of 32. But the story is about the other game. Cape Verde held Saudi Arabia to a draw, which means they finished second and will play Argentina, of all teams, in the round of 32. Who's going to be wanting that Messi shirt, I wonder? Who's going to get that shirt from the Cape Verde team? That's a memento for life, isn't it?
What a great story.
I think anyone outside of Argentina is going to be on Cape Verde's side in that round of 32 game. They are the romantics of the World Cup. We always have one. Every time there's always somebody you want to win, someone you get behind. So Vizinha and co up against Argentina. Players resumed here. We've had 27 minutes. And it's going to be a corner kick to Belgium. We've had the respite. New Zealand are back on the back foot.
Yeah, they are. And I've been really impressed as well with how the Belgian players have been in all the pockets as well. You can see at times they almost have like a front 5, which is making it so hard for New Zealand to defend against.
Corner then from the Belgium left, played in by De Bruyne towards the 6-yard area. Oh, it's been put in by Leandro Trossard. There was a call for handball against the New Zealand defender, and they made a complete hash of it, New Zealand. And from literally 3 yards out, Leandro Trossard, third time lucky for him, has finally got Belgium in front. It's New Zealand 0, Belgium 1.
I mean, fully deserved. Don't deserve anything more. It's been a really poor start by New Zealand, but credit to Belgium. As you can expect, it's a great delivery in by De Bruyne. Whipped into a really dangerous area. You can see it's just not dealt with. The New Zealand players are too busy fighting with eyes not on the ball. It's bounced up and Trossard has just reacted the quickest to it. It's good play there, and you're not going to score an easier goal than that. It's literally about a yard out, and it's a good finish, but really poor defending there by New Zealand.
How often do you see a low corner allowed to bounce in front of goal in the 6-yard area, and it struck, I think it struck the side of Tim Payne, as you say, was too busy watching his marker, and it hit him when he was facing the other way, and it landed rather fortuitously for Trossard. So thank you, we'll have that. And after 28 minutes, Belgium are in front, and it's not a surprise, and it's no less than they deserve.
Yeah, and a first goal score for Belgium, so congratulations to them, no own goals. But no, I think as well, when you're New Zealand and you're coming up against a team like this, you want to make them work for their goals, so they'll be really disappointed in conceding a goal like that.
A 13th goal for his country, for Leandro Trossard, of course, Premier League champion with Arsenal last season, played all 3 group games at the World Cup in Qatar before Belgium made an early exit. But this scoreline, as it stands, puts them level on points with Egypt at the top of Group H. Still a long way to go. I don't want to tempt fate, I don't want to try and guess everything, but it's the scoreline they need. New Zealand looking to respond. First time we've really seen them attack. They're on this right side. Elijah Just, who's barely touched the ball in this game, has got the throw in. I haven't mentioned his name since the first minute.
And I think that's the biggest problem, their best player. You need to get your players early touches in the game.
Right edge of the area, they've won a corner. Good work by Sarpreet Singh to win the corner on the near side, and literally as Belgium make that breakthrough, New Zealand come to life at the other end.
Yeah, they do, and again another key player for them. Their creative playmaker Singh gets into great pockets, gets half turned there, and we know that they're a threat on set pieces.
Corner taken deep to the far post, straight into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. Egypt remain top of the group as it stands, but they and Belgium both have 5 points. Iran have 3 points at the moment and might well go through as one of the best third place finishers. De Bruyne into the area, De Kuyper cuts it back. It's a very casual approach to the ball by Hans van Aken. Belgium on the left here with Tielemans looking to double their lead. Those passes from Kevin De Bruyne, so sumptuous, perfectly weighted. Another one has been played in by Trossard, and it was Van Aken who was after it. Kroken got there first. It's such a joy to watch Kevin De Bruyne. His game is different now. He's not as marauding as he used to be, but the technique and the passing is just perfection.
Yeah, that's a pattern that we've already seen in this first 31 minutes. De Bruyne gets on it, it's up into the number 9, it's set back, and then you've got those third man runners into the inner channels, and then it's looking for the early cross. Good bodies into the box as well. Really nice pattern of play, but also from New Zealand. At times they've got a back 5, but still Belgium are able to find the spaces, and New Zealand at times are like statues. They're not following their runners. So easy to play through.
31 and a half minutes. The voice you just heard is that of Tash Dowie. And Talk Sport live coverage as New Zealand attack down the right. Elijah Just shows too much of the ball to Belgium, and they come away with it. Trossard in central midfield at the moment. Wants an option further forward, instead goes back and then gets the return pass. Nice return ball from Castagna, and then it's hammered into the penalty area slightly too early for De Ketelaere, and it's fairly straightforward for Kroken.
I think the biggest difference, to be honest, not necessarily even the quality, but it's actually just the willingness for the runners. Belgium want it more at the moment. They're making the third man runs, and for me, New Zealand just look really tired. They look leggy.
Unsurprisingly, they've had to defend a lot in this first half. They attack now, though. Ball played into the area. Thomas can't keep it under control. Kept alive by Kakache on the far side, the New Zealand left. Then Just the switch flanks. Nice turn away on the touchline. But he's got not got much space to work in. Here's Singh. Left-hand angle of the box, out to Kakache, crossed in. It's Chris Wood, it's too high for him. Even at his height, he couldn't get that ball. And now Belgium counter with Doku, who's brought down, he's tripped inside his own half. Belgium have a free kick. One thing is that we haven't had many free kicks, which is good.
We absolutely haven't, and it's good play there by Doku, but this is what New Zealand need to do more as well. They need to get it out wide, early deliveries into Chris Wood, and if you get that right, there's not many players that are better than him in the air. All you need is one opportunity, so I think that's kind of a pattern that New Zealand have to try and do a bit more towards the end of this first half, and definitely come the second half.
Still Egypt 1, Iran 1 in Seattle. In the other game in Group G, Mahmoud Saber and Rezian with the equaliser. Both goals inside the first 14 minutes means that Egypt still top the group, but only on goal difference from Belgium, who they drew with in their opening game. The number of goals scored would help Belgium out, might make them finish top of the group.
I think as well, when the two centre halves for New Zealand have the ball, Stamanic and Bell, they have to offer more. You know, at times there's no option for them, especially in that kind of anchor role. So one of them has to be brave enough to drop into those pockets and help them, you know, create some style. Because otherwise they just force it and turn the ball over. But you can see too many times when the centre half are on the ball, they're looking, where are the options? There's no one showing, everyone's running away.
Just to say, as it stands, and it has to be in brackets, as it stands, Egypt will play South Korea in the round of 32, and Belgium will play Australia. So they go from playing New Zealand to Australia. If it stays like this, Iran, who would finish third, possibly, assuming they stay in the top 8 in that third place group, would play Switzerland in the round of 32. But it's such a moving feast. And even England, who play later today against Panama, don't know for definite who their opponents would be. And at the moment, Senegal, who thrashed Iraq 5-0. Trossard, the goal scorer, goes for the shot from distance. Ryan Thomas steps in and takes it off his toes, and the New Zealand attack down their right side. Good first touch from Singh to bring it down. He's got a willing runner in Thomas outside of him, but he's decided to cut infield. Lost a bit of momentum there, New Zealand, just on the right angle of the penalty area. Back to Singh, and it's just petered out.
I'd love to know how fast Thomas was then. And I mean, to not give him the ball as well. If you can see him making a busting run, 40-yard run there, you've got to slip him in. There was bodies as well busting to get into the box. Really poor decision making there by New Zealand, and that's probably been the case this first half, really.
Here is Singh. They're now in the centre circle. Stamanic. To Sermon, and now across to Tim Payne on this near side. Instagram sensation Tim Payne beaten by Doku beaten by the pitch because there wasn't any room to move, and so it's a throw in to New Zealand. Belgium lead 1-0, 9 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Tash Dowie, how have you assessed it so far? 10 attempts on goal from Belgium, 3 on target. New Zealand, no attempts on goal, let alone on target.
Yeah, I think it says it all, to be honest. I think when you're looking at this World Cup, it's about starting the game well, and Belgium did that today. Right from the off, they were the team that looked like they've got to go and win this game, and actually it's probably New Zealand that need to win it more. So I think half-time is going to be a big team talk.
Darren Basley's got his work cut out. New Zealand head coach, an Englishman who played in England for the likes of Natasha Dowie's first club, Watford.
Yes.
He became a citizen of New Zealand about 10 years ago, did Baisley. As the ball is swung in from Payne, it's a good delivery, doesn't quite reach Wood. Mekele has cleared it out for, I think, a throw-in by the corner flag on this near side.
That's nice, and I don't mind that. You get half a yard. Again, bodies in the box, and it's a dangerous area. If anything, I'm going to be ultra critical. And Chris Wood, get across the defender. You've got to be unselfish and make that near post run. There was someone else behind him.
So it is a throw-in, which will be taken on this near side by Tyler Bindon. It's a long throw, straight into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. Absolutely launched that one, as has Courtois, bowling it with his right arm, but it's bounced out of play. So neither throws find their targets, and New Zealand have it back in centre field.
Too many times though, on whether it is a throw-in, when they've got that long throw as a weapon or a corner, it's going straight into Courtois' hands. It's like goalkeeper catching there. You know, he's a big goalkeeper, he's strong, he dominates his area. You have to keep it away from him.
He's got it now as it's headed back to him by Tielemans. Courtois making his 112th appearance for Belgium. He's now made more appearances at the World Cup than anyone else in a Belgium shirt. Gone past Enzo Schifo. It's his 4th World Cup. He played every minute in Qatar. He won the Golden Glove in Russia 8 years ago. I can't believe it's 8 years ago. That seems like about 2 or 3 years ago, Russia. That was a tournament and a half.
Was indeed, and that graphic as well was really interesting there, just to say that actually after conceding New Zealand, they've actually had the better momentum. So for me, that's a really positive sign.
But they're on the back foot again. Van Aken, midway inside the New Zealand half towards the left of centre. The tall Hans Van Aken goes back, and then it goes across to this near side with Doku. Pushes away from Payne, then cuts inside Payne, sends him to the floor. Doku goes to the far corner, trying to curl it like Trossard did earlier. He's just off the target. It's a goal kick to New Zealand.
Yeah, and I think that's where he's got to take his game to the next level. I think it's brilliant because he can come inside, he can come outside. I think there's a few players that are maybe a little bit too predictable in his position, but he's not that at all. But then it's the end product now that has to be better. Has to at least hit the target there, but the shot's well wide.
7 goals for his country. His 45th appearance for Belgium, Jeremy Doku. Is back inside the Belgian half, and it's with Arthur Thiat on the near side. Plays his football in Germany for Eintracht Frankfurt. Cleared upfield and harmlessly all the way through to Liberato Cacace. It's one of my favourite names of the World Cup.
It is, isn't it?
Cacace. It rolls off the tongue.
And he's had a great season as well. I've really enjoyed watching him at Wrexham. So close they were this season, and what a journey they've been on, and he's been a big part of that.
Yep, joined Wrexham last summer. No doubt they'll be up for the push in the Championship again next season. But we're focusing on international football for the next few weeks. New Zealand coming forward. Oh, it's a great ball in, and out comes Courtois to get there first. He was under pressure at his near post. I think it was Sarpreet Singh who was coming in. Courtois had to be alert to that.
I want him to be braver there. I think he's actually pulled out. I think probably in the corner of his eye, he's seen Courtois coming in. He's actually scared himself a little bit. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but I think as a number 9, you've got to throw your head at that. You've got to be brave. You've got to get hit. But if it means you score a goal, then you score a goal.
Thibaut Courtois is an intimidating figure. He's a giant of a goalkeeper. De Bruyne, midway inside the New Zealand half, skips away from the challenge by Stamanic, puts it into the area, back from Trossard, and uncharacteristically, although under pressure, Kevin De Bruyne sends his shot high into the stand behind the New Zealand goal. I think the work of Finn Sermon to try and block him off made all the difference.
Everything about that was textbook De Bruyne, the way that he just drifted past a couple of players, played a lovely weighted pass out wide so that the cross can just come in first time, and you're just thinking it's going to be placed into the corner, and it's just so not like him, leaning back over the bar, and you can tell that he's really disappointed with that finish.
New Zealand have certainly had much more of the play since the goal as Singh plays it forward. Wayward ball. Chris Wood wanted it played into him. It's gone all the way through to Courtois. And now Hans Van Aken can come out of defence. Not being pressed particularly hard by New Zealand. 3 minutes of normal time at the end of the first half remaining. New Zealand 0, Belgium 1. Belgium level on points with Egypt, who are drawing with Iran as Trossard plays it forward to Catalara, saved by Crocombe, swept away by Bindon for a throw-in on the near side. Another good opportunity for Belgium, who take the throw-in quickly. We'll get the thoughts of Tash Dowie in a moment, but it's pretty relentless at the moment. Trossard, edge of the penalty area, back to the central area. De Bruyne looking to go over the top. Cacace deals with the ball through, and then it's really good work by Just to bring it away from a defensive position. Moving towards the near side, the New Zealand right. The pass is too close though to De Kuiper.
I mean, that's lovely play, isn't it, by Belgium, and Catellaire nearly makes it 2-0. It's actually a really poor finish, but the weight of the pass again, his run is actually really nice, times it well, peels off the back shoulder, takes it on his back foot, on his left foot. You could say it's his weaker foot, but still got to find the corner there, but instead finds the keeper. And again, they're positive that they're creating so many chances, but at 1-0, New Zealand is still in this game.
If they can get through to half-time, it'll give Darren Baisley a chance to issue some instructions, share his thoughts. Belgium drive it from right to left. It lands at the feet of Doku on this near side. Infield to De Kuyper, back out wide to Doku, in line with the edge of the New Zealand penalty area. Shuffles one way, tries to play the ball into the box, read well by Bell. And De Bruyne recycles it by heading it back to Mekela. Receives it back from De Bruyne again. Mekela coming forward down the right. It's a heavy touch, but he gets away with it. Then gets the return ball, edge of the area, cut back to De Ketelaere, then through towards Doku. Too many white shirts. Trossard's shot is blocked by Stamanic. Tielemans brings it down, 25 yards out, dead centre. To the right edge of the area now. Laid in, Trossard, acute angle. De Ketelaere's there, but so is Finn Sermon, who does really well to, like he did with De Bruyne, get in the way of the ball.
I mean, Belgium have done this for the whole first half. That inner channel, third man runs, being able to slip them in, crosses from wide. It's been really impressive.
And they have it on the edge of the area again on the right. Thomas, socks rolled down, goes back down the line to another player with his socks rolled down towards his ankles, Elijah Just. Now it's with Payne. 15 seconds of normal time. There'll be a little bit of added time. We had the penalty check, the VAR check, the penalty that didn't stand in the end. It was given initially, and then after a review the referee decided that there was no penalty. So 6 minutes of additional time to come. We're into the first of those. Egypt 1, Iran 1, late in the first half of the other game in Group G. Egypt topping the group on goal difference from Belgium. Both of those teams have 5 points. Here's Kakache on the left side for New Zealand. Thomas, short and infield to Stamanic. Kakache from the left to the edge of the area. Bell. Back to Stamanic again. It's patient, but it's purposeful. At the moment it's fairly precise from New Zealand. They don't have much room to work in there. Kakache out to Bell again. Back down the line to Stamanic, who then lost it in, and it's a wasteful ball in the end. I mean, it's nowhere near Chris Wood. Some vain shouts for a penalty, but after all that patient build-up, it was all rather speculative.
So frustrating, I think, if you're a New Zealand fan watching that, because you're thinking it's nice, it's triangles, they're popping it around, 1-2 touch. You feel as if they're looking to build something to find, you know, that little bit of space, and then they just end up playing it straight into Cortaz's hands again. You know, the amount of times they've done that this first half.
De Ketelaere into the area, lays it off to the D, Trossard to Van Aken, left foot shot deflected wide from Hans Van Aken. Good work by Ryan Thomas to block it. The mustachioed Ryan Thomas. It's a corner kick to Belgium.
Yes, important that they go in 1-0, only 1-0 down. You know, so this is a really important moment. They have to keep switched on in this set piece, because if Belgium can go in 2-0, then it's looking a little bit of a different story. So New Zealand have to hold on right now.
As it stands, Leandro Trossard's first major tournament goal has given them the lead, but Doku from the short corner has crossed it in, and it's gone too hard into the body of De Ketelaere, but De Bruyne's then sent it across from the left, and New Zealand have just about defended it again. They're hanging on to a 1-goal deficit.
I mean, the change of pace. Doku, when he's like standing still and then just can explode. I mean, if you're 1v1 against him, the centre half there, Sermon, has to cover Payne better, leaving him 1v1 isolated far too easy, and then he's away, able to then get crosses out. And again, it's just that end product with Doku at the moment that's letting him down.
down the right side and infield to Tielemans inside the New Zealand half. It goes towards the edge of the area. Kache, no, referee doesn't want to give a free kick. He says get to your feet. Belgium continue. De Bruyne swings it to the left here, finds Doku just outside the box. He's got Trossard just square of him, but he decides to go around the outside of Just, clips the ball in just over the head of Van Aken. Driven shot in the end from Timothy Castagna, and it's a defender's shot.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Don't even know why I took it on, to be honest. A pure air swing. But I think Belgium can be really happy with this first half, especially with how much they have created. And then they've actually been able to work the channels really well, the outer channels and the inner channels. But again, it's 1-0. They'll be disappointed going in that it hasn't maybe been a 2 or 3-0, and they'll know that they need more goals if they're going to see this game out and get the 3 points.
Worth pointing out that Belgium's goal is the first goal scored by a Belgian player. This is aside from own goals for more than 7 hours of World Cup football.
Crazy, isn't it? And I think it is a little bit of maybe a concern for them, and a lot of pressure on a Ketelara who's 25. And I think Lukaku is still a top player, but maybe coming towards the end of his career. But Ketelara is a prime, 25 now. But for me, I haven't seen enough numbers on the international stage yet, and I think that's where De Bruyne, 35, you can't always rely on him. He's coming probably towards the end of his career as well.
New Zealand inside the Belgium half, 2 minutes to see out before the break. They can avoid conceding again. But Ketelara is charging down the near side, the Belgium left, short to Doku, midway inside the New Zealand half. You're listening to Talk Sport, live at the FIFA World Cup 2026. It's New Zealand 0, Belgium 1 in Vancouver. 1-1 between Egypt and Iran down the west coast in Seattle. Doku threads it forward down the left side of the area to pick out De Bruyne. Holds the ball up. De Kuyper tries to lay it off to Trossard inside the area. It doesn't reach the Arsenal player. And now Wood goes down under a challenge from Thiat. No free kick. Boos from the New Zealand fans. Another player goes down. This time it's Tielemans from the Thomas challenge. Or is it Thomas from the Tielemans challenge? They're standing face to face as the referee steps in.
There was a slight nudge on Wood there. I think that could easily, he doesn't go down often. So I think you can see then the frustration then with Thomas, because Wood, or is it Bell? I think because Wood didn't get the foul and he's gone hard and he's gone late, and the ref just saying, look, to calm down. And I think that's frustration. It has been a poor half for New Zealand, and the players now are showing their frustration, probably in the wrong way, not in a good way.
Even Darren Baisley is shaking his head in frustration because Belgium have got a free kick now, when he thought that Chris Wood should have won a free kick for them. Just a few seconds left then of the first half, all the way back to Thibaut Courtois in the Belgium goal, leading through that Trossard strike in the 28th minute. Up goes Sermon to win the ball ahead of Leandro Trossard, and right on cue, the referee brings an end to the first half, does he? Yes, he does. So, wasn't quite sure. His arms were full. It's like he was doing semaphore. In the end, though, yes, the half ends, and Leandro Trossard's goal, a close-range effort after a corner wasn't dealt with by New Zealand. He'd also struck the post, and the ball had rolled across the line. Belgium were initially awarded a penalty that was then overturned by VAR. New Zealand have threatened very little, and as it stands, they're going out of the World Cup. They have to win. Belgium could do with winning. They're currently level on points with Egypt. We're at half-time in that game. It's 1-1. But half-time in Vancouver is New Zealand 0, Belgium 1. Thank you, Will. And substitutions at the start of the second half by New Zealand. Double substitutions as well. Sarpreet Singh and Ryan Thomas have left the field. In their places, and you can see that Ben Old has come on as one of the New Zealand substitutes. Jesse Randall is the other. Randall plays his football in Scotland for Dundee United. So Darren Baisley has made the changes. I'll get the views of Tash Dowie in a minute, but first of all, the All Whites are going to get this second half underway with Chris Wood, who plays it back to Bell. New Zealand in all white, attacking the goal away to the left in this second half. Belgium in red shirts, black shorts and black socks, attacking the goal away to the right. New Zealand, Crocombe in goal. They then have Payne, Sermon, Bisnam, Bindon and Kakacha in defence. Bell and Stamanic, the central midfielders, and then changes on the right and centre going forward. We've now got Randall and Old for Singh and Thomas as the yellow card comes out for Marko Stamanic for the foul on Yuri Tielemans. Elijah Just playing out wide on the left, Chris Wood up front. Was that a clean tackle from Marko Stamanic on Yuri Tielemans? He's got the yellow card for it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit harsh, to be honest. And I think with the two changes, I don't think there's anything necessarily that the two players that came off did wrong. I think it is what I said at half-time, the fresh legs. I think it's really important. And they need 2 goals. You know, they have to make changes. Something has to change because it wasn't good enough the first half. So be interesting to see if the subs can make a quick impact.
Belgium have Courtois in goal, Castagna, Mekela, Tiat and De Kuyper at the back, Tielemans and Van Aken in midfield, Doku, De Bruyne and Trossard in support of De Ketelaere up front. No changes made by Rudy Garcia at the break. As Doku tries to skip away from a challenge, the referee plays the advantage as Van Aken finds De Bruyne 25 yards out. And for the second time in this game, Kevin De Bruyne well off the target. Uncharacteristic for someone of his ability.
Yeah, he hasn't found his shooting boots this tournament yet, but he has had a very good first half. And he's well within his rights to take that shot on. I mean, he's the best player in the team. He's found himself in a good position, but just poor execution. But I'm a big believer, and I love that saying, you don't shoot, you don't score, and sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't.
It's a 4th World Cup for Kevin De Bruyne. He scored 6 goals in 6 appearances in World Cup qualifying for this tournament, so he's still got it. Playing for Napoli now in Italy, having left Manchester City a year ago. Ball has gone out of play on the far side of the field. It's going to be a New Zealand throw-in on their right wing, about 10 yards shy of the corner flag, needing a win here to make it through to the round of 32. So they're going to have to score at least 2 goals in the second half to stand a chance of making it to the knockout stages.
An early one would help as well.
Thrown in by Bindon. It's a long throw headed up in the air by De Ketelaere, who's come back to defend, and then Trossard launches it long. And it's gone all the way through to Max Crocombe, who is a Millwall player. Appeared in half of Millwall's league games last season as they narrowly missed out on promotion to the Premier League. A remarkable season for the Lions, who fell short in the playoffs. Can they sustain that next season under Alex Neil? Of course, the fixtures all came out on Thursday. Try to get the days right here. Of course, Millwall will be in that mix, that fascinating championship mix. In some respects, I find the championship a bit more fascinating than the Premier League.
I wouldn't disagree with you, to be honest. It's the football that we enjoyed watching. The big tackles. I miss seeing that in the Premier League, to be honest. You don't see it enough anymore.
Slight respite at the moment as Castagna takes the throw in from in front of the dugouts on the near side and goes back down the line. Belgium right to Mekela, and then via Courtois it's out to Tiat on the far side of the field. Competent passing triangles from Belgium, working their way out of defence, and it's a long ball down the line, a good ball as well to De Ketelaere. Good first and second touches, tries to play it out wide to Doku, who's going to charge down Tim Payne, but the New Zealand right back does well to get there first, albeit he's given it back to Belgium, and Doku does finally get it on the angle of the penalty area, the far side as we look. The Belgium left turns, spins onto his left foot, back onto his right foot, comes in field, lays it into the D for Van Aken, back out wide to the left for De Bruyne, threads it through, lovely pass, Trossard onto his right foot, blocked by his own player, but the rebound from Trossard finds its way through and that could be the nail in New Zealand's coffin at this World Cup, because Belgium have doubled their lead. The same player that opened the scoring has got the second at the second attempt. Leandro Trossard makes it New Zealand 0, Belgium 2.
Yeah, and who's there with the assist? De Bruyne. I mean, they've been the two best players for Belgium in the first half. It's lovely play. De Bruyne all game has found himself in those pockets where he plays his best football. Look at this pass, he split two New Zealand players. It's lovely the way Trossard actually takes it on the back foot. He chops inside. At first I think he's done too much, but the way he cushions that down and hits it actually at a high height, you could easily hit that over, but the way he's been able to actually get a strong foot to it and volley it into the back of the net, it's a great goal, and he has arrived at this World Cup now.
Really impressive to be that alert as well, because his initial shot struck his own player Van Aken and then bounced back to him, and he adjusted his body really well to volley it in.
He absolutely did, and I think for New Zealand, conceded at a poor time, and now you're going to concede it. We always talk about it. I don't know what the goal check is about right now.
There's a VAR check. The referee Makadma is waiting, and Belgium are probably wondering why there is a check, and it's over. I couldn't see anything.
Just to add to the drama. But yeah, going back to that, you all know in football, the two key times you don't want to concede, just before half-time and after half-time. And they've gone and done that, and that's so frustrating, because you go in at half-time, you do your team talk, you're still in the game, you're 1-0 down, you need to go and get 2 goals, you've brought 2 players on to try and impact the game, and then within 5 minutes you're 2-0 down, and I'm really struggling to see New Zealand getting 3 goals.
And this is helping Belgium to possibly top the group. They were behind Egypt on goal difference. I think they're still behind them. As Belgium come forward down the right, surely going to score more goals. They could have scored a lot more in the first half. De Ketelaere into the area. Payne clears for New Zealand. Pain is the appropriate word if you're a New Zealand player at the moment.
I feel so sorry for Chris Wood. I've been in that position as that lone number 9, and right now for him it's really lonely. And even more so, give him a ball that he can at least work with. It's bad enough 1 against 4, but the balls that he's been getting have been awful. And as a captain, I'd be having a little bit of a pop at my players, I think.
Belgium continue to attack away to our right. De Bruyne lays it to the left. It's De Kuyper to the angle of the area on the far side. Doku round the outside, clips it in, headed down by Binden, and then thumped down the line by Old. Kept in though initially by Tiat. But there have been comebacks in this tournament, but really on what we've seen, on the basis of what we've seen, I wouldn't put my money anywhere else than on a comfortable Belgium win.
Yeah, and if anything, actually I want to see Belgium take the game to another level now. I think if they are a top nation, and the top nations would do this, they'd be ruthless. They'd go and really hurt New Zealand, and for players now, if I'm in this team, I'm thinking there's opportunities for more goals.
New Zealand have never made it through to the knockout stages at the World Cup. This is their 3rd attempt, although they do boast an unbeaten record in the World Cup of 2010. They drew all 3 of their matches, including a draw against Italy, but they still didn't make it through. Whereas at this tournament, you get 3 points, you might go through.
And never won a game. It's crazy. That must be frustrating for them. It all seemed to kind of start so well, and there were promising signs, but I think probably the quality of the group, no one expected them to progress.
They also played Paraguay and Slovakia in that 2010 tournament. They faced Scotland and Brazil back in 1982. And they're coming forward here. Maybe there is some hope. Just from the edge of the area. It's a good effort from Elijah Just. It's their best effort of the game, and the rebound is driven in by Tim Payne. But by far New Zealand's best chance, Elijah Just, who scored 2 goals at this tournament, forcing a save out of Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, and we're talking as if the game's over, but then actually Just reminds us that it only takes a second to score a goal, and they could easily be back in the game with plenty of the game left. And I actually like the way that Just now is playing in that number 10 role, because he's able to float and he's been able to then create and make things happen.
New Zealand's first shot on target in the 55th minute of the game means that we have a throw-in on the far side of the field. By the way, no Belgian Belgian player has ever scored a World Cup hat-trick, and that's what Leandro Trossard is on at the moment. Binden with the throw for New Zealand into the Belgian penalty area. Away, Doku is being manhandled by Payne. No free kick for a split second. If that ball had gone to the right, Belgium would have been 3-on-1. Trossard keeps it alive though. Doku loses out. The referee's decided that there's a free kick for, I think, maybe a late challenge from Elijah Just. As the ball was released by Trossard, he dragged Trossard down by grabbing the left shoulder of his shirt. So a yellow card for Just. Having just had the best chance for them. Right, a change for Belgium. And they are going to take off Jeremy Doku, who had breathing issues that meant he didn't play against Iran, and of course he's flown back to England and back again, so maybe with the 2-0 advantage now, Rudy Garcia feels I don't need to leave him on. So in his place comes young Matias Fernandez Pardo, making his 5th appearance for Belgium. He was a late substitute in both games prior to this one. Actually switched his allegiance back from Spain, and it was only granted in May, just before the tournament.
Wow. I think it's a sensible change. I think Doku showed signs today, absolutely looked lively, but I still don't think he looks 100%. So I think it's wise to take care of him, because he is going to be a key player. You know, he's got everything, but I think again today it was just his final ball that really let him down.
Players falling all over the place at the moment. A free kick has been given on this near side of the field. In the other game in Group G between Egypt and Iran, it remains 1-1. 2 very early goals in that game. 2-0 here though to Belgium in Vancouver. And well, maybe jump the gun saying there's a comfortable win on the way, because New Zealand are now starting to get going again. They did this in the first half. As soon as Belgium scored, they suddenly looked really good, and they're doing it again, having fallen further behind. Stamanic gets the ball back from Sermon. Now on this left side, Binden further forward. Randall, one of the substitutes. Down the line it goes to Kakache. It's being followed all over the pitch by Mekala. Stamanic looking to lift it over the top, and he nearly finds Randall. They get a corner. It's a consolation.
Yeah, that was nice play that by Stamovic and Randall. Third man run in behind and nearly gets it there. And like you said, the reaction has been good, but for me that's not good enough, because you need to be able to show this performance for 90 minutes of a game, not when you've conceded and you're 2-0 down.
Corner kick then to New Zealand from this near side, their left, so it'll be an in-swinger from Tim Payne. It goes towards the edge of the 6-yard area. It's thumped away by the right fist of Thibaut Courtois. Bounces out to Randall, who then, with the rebound, misses the target.
Yes, I mean, it's a better cross, but it's still in and around Courtois. And then Randall, for me, recycle the ball. You know, you're outside of your area. Are you really going to score from there? You've got an opportunity maybe then to recycle it, get it out wide and re-deliver with all the bodies in the box.
Just to remind you what else has happened in the last few hours at the FIFA World Cup. Last night, France beat Norway 4-1, a much changed Norway team. A hat-trick for Ousmane Dembele, a first half hat-trick for Ousmane Dembele. Senegal thumped Iraq 5-0 to finish third, and they at the moment are on course to play England in the round of 32. France incidentally will face Sweden as it stands. Belgium come forward again. It's off Sermon for a corner to Belgium, and in the early hours of this morning, Cape Verde got another draw to guarantee their spot in the round of 32. They finished second in the group behind Spain, who beat Uruguay. The Uruguayans are going home. Spain, as it stands, will play Austria. We know for certain that Cape Verde will play another than Argentina in the round of 32. Wow. That's the story of the World Cup so far. Corner from the left, swung in. Oh, Tiat got the header at the near edge of the 6-yard area. Couldn't get the angle quite right. Not quite enough purchase, and then Mekala brings down Randall for a New Zealand free kick. Tash Dowie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting as well. Substitutes, normally you see more being made around this 60-minute mark. I think Belgium could maybe afford to make a sub. I'd be surprised if you don't see a Lukaku maybe coming on. I'm sure he'd want to get involved in this game. I just feel like for Belgium, it has become a little bit flat in this second half. And I think for New Zealand, they need to continue the way that they're playing in this last kind of 5-10 minutes. They get one goal, the game comes alive. You know, football's a funny game. The game is never over to that final whistle, so they need to believe that they're still in this game.
That said, they're having to defend now. Belgium coming forward down the far side of the field, laid out to the left edge of the area. The cross is blocked, but it falls at the feet of the substitute, Fernandez Pardo. And now De Bruyne. We've seen that so often during his career, especially at Manchester City, where he just drops his shoulder and then with his right foot he just picks a spot, top bins normally.
Yeah, all he needs is half a yard, and it is just that shift and half a yard, get the shot off, and look, it's not a goal, but then you win your team a corner, and they're always a threat. They've got good height in this Belgium team.
You're listening to Talk Sport. Just over an hour played in Vancouver. New Zealand 0, Belgium 2, and Belgium are attacking. Fernandez Pardo with the ball, and it goes all the way through. Tiat's shot is straight at Crocombe. He had to be alert because it was coming through a crowd of players. Arthur Tiat close to getting his second goal for his country.
Yeah, I like how creative Belgium have been today with their set pieces. Sometimes deliver, sometimes go short.
Here they come again. Left edge of the area. Cross lands to the D. De Bruyne hits it. He didn't really connect cleanly again. You're right, he's got the wrong boots on today.
Yeah, it is. The touch actually, it sits up lovely for him. His touch is always good. But it's here, he's hit it down into the ground. Hasn't hit it cleanly at all. It ends up being quite a comfortable block. And you can see he's actually really frustrated with that after he's throwing his arms in the air.
Coming up tonight, commentaries on TalkSport and TalkSport 2 from Group L, England, Panama, Croatia, Ghana. Here come Belgium, short corner, ball played in, hit away high towards the halfway line by Randall, and then all the way back into the Belgium half where it's picked up by Castagna, short to Tielemans, and then back through to Thibaut Courtois. There's no urgency needed from Belgium. They have a comfortable advantage. They're going to finish at least second in the group. They might finish top. Still Egypt 1, Iran 1. Egypt top of the group on goal difference.
No urgency, I agree, but it's also a dangerous game to play. Because if you actually think it's quite comfortable and you maybe slow the game down and get into bad habits like this, turning the ball over, you give away one goal and then all of a sudden there is some urgency needed. So in my opinion, I think Belgium need one more goal.
New Zealand need 3 as a minimum. Sent in by Kakacha into the Belgian penalty area, headed away by Tiat. Back come New Zealand again, attacking the goal away to the left in this second half, and trailing by 2 goals to 0. They scored twice against Iran. They were beaten 3-1 by Egypt. So they can score. New Zealand crossed in by Randall. Good delivery, forcing Mekala to put it into touch for a corner kick to New Zealand. It's strange how they seem to be prompted into action by a Belgian goal.
Absolutely right. And actually it's a really good ball in there. Little step over and puts it into a good area at the near post, but it's just Chris Wood on his own there, isolated.
Double substitution again from New Zealand. Bell and Payne are coming off, and on in their places are Michael Boxall and Callum McCowart, the 2 players that were dropped from the team that lost to Egypt. Michael Boxall is now the oldest player to represent New Zealand at a World Cup, having begun the tournament. As the corner comes in, headed up into the air by De Ketelaere, lands near the penalty spot, to the edge of the box, just can't shoot because a Belgian player got there first. And look at this for a counter-attack. They've got players coming forward. It's played by Tielemans through to Trossard, right edge of the area. He tries to get it back to him, and coming in behind Tielemans was Matias Fernandez-Pardo, who, with a snapshot first time, sent it high over the crossbar.
I mean, what a great counter-attack that is. And all it is actually putting the ball into a space and allowing the player then to come onto that ball and has to hit the target there, or if not, score a goal. No, brilliant play by Trossard.
Fernandez-Pardo has not scored for his country. This is only his 5th appearance for Belgium.
I'm not surprised by that finish.
His eyes lit up when the ball came through. Heading towards the hydration break as Just works his way through the Belgian midfield and then side foots it to the left. It's out to this near side with Jesse Randall up against the goal scorer Trossard. Just lovely flick to try and find Randall again. He's attracting a lot of attention, isn't he, Elijah Just? That's a good ball forward. Fernandez-Pardo is up against Boxall to the edge of the area. He's got De Bruyne to the right. Here is Kevin De Bruyne onto his left foot. Blocked by Stamanic. That would have definitely been game over had De Bruyne found the corner.
And if anything, actually, Fernandez-Pardo a little bit too unselfish in my opinion, and I think probably if that's not a Kevin De Bruyne, he's taking the shot on, but because it is a Kevin De Bruyne, you're probably wanting to pass to him because you feel that pressure to pass to him, but I don't think that was the right decision.
Trossard and De Bruyne edge of the area. Oh, and now he has found his shooting boots. Kevin De Bruyne, grass cutter from the edge of the penalty area, scythed into the bottom corner away to Max Crocom's left. The victory is assured now, even at the midway point of this second half. It's New Zealand 0, Belgium 3.
And that's the difference between the two teams, is that Belgium have got players like De Bruyne, and I don't like to throw the whole world-class saying out there, but he really is. Even now, I miss watching playing in the Premier League. But you just see here in the pocket, I mean, how he's allowed to be in that pocket, but just the way that he rolls it onto his left foot, and that's what we're talking about when he hits it clean, side netting. There's no way the keeper can save that, and that is just textbook De Bruyne. Brilliant finish and game over.
And what makes Kevin De Bruyne such a good player is that he's so good with both feet.
It's so hard, it really is, because like you say, you try and show him onto his left foot thinking you've got half a chance, and then he goes and pings it into the corner like that.
Goal number 38 for Belgium. Kevin De Bruyne.
He looks fit, doesn't he, as well? There was a period where he left Man City and I was watching him and I thought actually he'd maybe put on a little bit of weight, looks a little bit heavy, but he looks lean. He looks fit in this World Cup. He looks in good condition.
Played about half of Napoli's games last season in his first season in Italy. Kevin De Bruyne. So New Zealand now have to score 4 times. So they are, as it stands, heading home, and that ball forward is harmlessly at Thibaut Courtois. So for the 3rd World Cup running, New Zealand going out of the tournament at the group stage, still looking for their first victory at a World Cup. They're very much a big fish in the Oceania section of qualifying, but when they get here, they're the lowest ranked team at the tournament.
Okay, credit to them then, because I wouldn't have thought that. And I think it's a hydration break again, and they'll want it, but it is just the squad depth, and I think that is the big thing. I think it's the manager. Can he make changes? Are those changes really going to impact the team, or actually do the changes weaken the team a little bit? I think when you look at the Belgian changes and who they have on the bench, it can strengthen the team. I don't necessarily think that's the case with New Zealand, and that's the hard situation that Darren Basie's in right now.
That goal has now taken Belgium top of Group G, ahead of Egypt. We're still drawing 1-1 with Iran in Seattle. So as it stands, Belgium top on 5 points with a better goal difference than Egypt on 5. Iran in 3rd place. And if they can hold on to a draw, Iran might well make it through as one of the best 3rd place finishers. They're going to have to wait until this round of matches is finished, like Scotland are having to do. Scotland's chances are fading gradually as the games go by. They do know, though, if they get through Scotland, they'll play Mexico in the round of 32. But they're either going to play Mexico or they're going home. And as it stands, New Zealand are heading back, because they are 3-0 down. Leandro Trossard with 2 goals and Kevin De Bruyne with a lovely left-footed shot guided away from the reach of Max Crocombe.
You know what just makes him so good now, and we know this, but we talk about the first touch in football. The first touch in football is so key to setting you up to making a good pass, to getting a good shot off, good decision making. It makes it easier. De Bruyne just has that. I mean, the finish is good, but in my opinion, the actual touch is even better. The way he just rolls it with his right foot to then allow him to take the shot on.
So hydration break time. I suppose it's quite welcome for players in the latter stages of their career, like the 30-somethings, De Bruyne.
Nothing wrong with being a 30-something.
I wish I was a 30-something. There's going to be changes to be made by Rudy Garcia. Not surprising, really. He might as well rest some of those players out there in preparation for their round of 32 game, because as it stands, whether they finish first or second, they're going through to the knockout stages, which is something they didn't achieve in Qatar 4 years ago. Amadou Onana and Alexis Salamakers are the 2 players who are keeping themselves warm on the touchline.
Yeah, I want to see more from Onana. I've been really disappointed with him, to be honest, the first 2 games. I think he started in the starting 11. I think he probably was going to have more involvement, but has actually lost his spot. So for me, I want to see this 20 minutes, him trying to get himself back into the starting 11.
Coming off is the scorer of the 3rd goal, De Bruyne, and the scorer of the first 2. So no hat-trick today for Leandro Trossard as he departs with De Bruyne. On in their places, Amadou Onana, who played every minute of Euro 2024, and Alexis Salamakers, who missed the World Cup in Qatar with a ligament injury picked up just before the tournament. It's always quite galling, isn't it, when you're preparing to play in a major tournament and you get an injury just before it starts. But he's here now, and he's off the bench.
Trossard will be fuming, by the way. There's nothing worse than when you're on 2 goals and you get subbed. I've been there many a times. You want that ball, you want that hat-trick ball, but I guess he had long enough.
De Bruyne's goal, by the way, was with his 16th shot of this tournament, the joint most alongside Kylian Mbappe. His 3rd goal in World Cups. So Belgium topping the group on goal difference from Egypt, Iran 3rd. Those 3 are in the positions that New Zealand would love to be in, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Salamakers back to the edge of the area, but he was offside when the ball was played to him. Again, a bit of a late flag. So free kick to New Zealand. Alexis Salamakers plays his club football in Italy for Milan. This is his 26th appearance for Belgium.
My old club, great club.
6-0.
Oh, what a stadium. I was lucky enough to play there once, but sadly it was during COVID, so we didn't have any fans, so it just wasn't the same.
Well, at least you played there, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah, very cool.
Tash Dowie on TalkSport, bringing you live coverage from the FIFA World Cup 2026. Over on TalkSport 2 is Egypt-Iran, 1-1 at the moment in that game. As Taketa Lara comes forward for Belgium, plays it through. Fernandez Pardo checks back inside the area, onto his right foot. It's blocked by Sermon. Onana with his first touch shoots. His is blocked. Van Aken to the right edge of the area to another substitute. Salamakers, they're working it in, and in the end it pops up onto the arm of De Kuyper. And New Zealand get a free kick, but it's relentless stuff from Belgium, and it's exhausting for New Zealand.
It is, but they're trying to walk it into the goal now. I mean, I guess they can afford to do that, being 3-0 up. But I think Ketelara does brilliant there to set up Fernando Pardo, plays it into him really lovely. All he has to do is take it and hit it with his left, but he wants to chop back onto his stronger foot. He chops back into all the bodies, and then the opportunity is gone.
New Zealand into the Belgium half. Could they get a consolation to take home with them? They have at least scored at this tournament. It's probably nothing worse than playing in a tournament and never scoring, let alone getting a point. But they have managed 3 goals in 3 games so far, and Belgium have got 3 today, which is going to see them through to the round of 32. The catcher in midfield to find Old. It's with Bindon, infield for McCowett.
I definitely think, though, the likes of Elijah Just and Jesse Randall, I'd love to see them involved in the Premier League or Championship level. I think they've really stood out for me.
Just season in Scotland has certainly alerted a lot of clubs, and maybe now he's heading home there might be firm interest from elsewhere, so we could be seeing Elijah Just. Although if you're a Motherwell fan, you'll be thinking, don't say that.
Sorry.
Onana in midfield. Castagna is one back by New Zealand to the D. Chris Wood, a rare touch for him, lays it to Just. The shot goes beyond Courtois and also the far post, but nice football from New Zealand, and Chris Wood, who's hardly touched the ball, finding Just with that pass.
Yeah, and credit to him, them two have linked up really well this tournament. And it's a kind of similar pattern that you've seen so many times. Into Wood, Just running off of him, and they've got a corner from it.
Which substitute Jesse Randall will take with 14 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. They're 3-0 down. Deep to the far post, headed back by a New Zealand player. It was Tyler Bindon coming in at the far post, but it's a looping, harmless header back across goal. But Just is so lively when he is very quick to get into positions when the play opens up.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's got a real good turn of pace, and his feet are really good as well. He's agile, and I think as well he's really versatile. You know, he started the game out wide, now he's in that number 10 role. He can play anywhere, either side. This is what I mean. I think he's a really exciting player.
Still Egypt 1, Iran 1. Iran need the draw, even though they will finish third in the group, because New Zealand are going to finish bottom. They need 3 points to stand a chance of making it as a third place team. Belgium on the counter now. Salamakers to the D, down the centre of the field. He ran straight into trouble. It's fallen to Tielemans, and the referee's decided there's a foul on Yuri Tielemans, or was it a foul on Salamakers? Either way, it's a free kick around about the D.
They all want this. Salamakers is straight away grabbed the ball, the sub that's come on. He looks in quite a commanding position here, and you can see he's just chopped in onto his left foot. Didn't actually see much in that, to be honest. I think he got the ball. But yeah, he's saying, I want it, that's mine. And I guess if De Bruyne is off the pitch, then maybe more people feel like they've got an opportunity to take the free kick.
It's about 2 yards outside the D to the right of centre. It's a good position. So around about 25 yards from goal. There's no Kevin De Bruyne now. So someone else gets a chance to take a free kick.
Absolutely, they're all lining up.
New Zealand are making sure there's a white wall in front of them. 5 players standing. Elijah Just has drawn the short straw as the draft excluder at the bottom, and Belgium have organised a 3-man wall right in front of New Zealand's wall, which could confuse them. Left-footed, it's De Kuiper, and it's disappointing.
I'm really surprised by that. But Salamander seems as if he wanted it, so I don't know how then De Kuiper got ahead of him with that, and I'm surprised with that finish as well. It's poor. That was a big opportunity wasted.
Quick substitution being made by New Zealand. Liberato Kakache has gone off, and he's been replaced by Francis de Vries.
Favourite name?
Yeah,
Gonna miss saying
de Vries
that.
I don't mind de Vries. Plays his football for Auckland in New Zealand. On left back, straight swap. 11.5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Belgium heading for victory and the round of 32. New Zealand heading home. Thomas. Sorry, not Thomas, he's already gone. Callum McCowett loses out in midfield. Tielemans, in trouble by anyone in a white shirt, has a chance to look around and survey the scene. 360. Mekala to the right now. Salamakers infield to Tielemans again. We're inside New Zealand territory. And it's played up to the half halfway line after the move breaks down. Back come Belgium again. Loose ball. Surprised we haven't seen Romelu Lukaku come on, because they haven't had, as you pointed out on several occasions, the target man to hit.
No, they haven't. It makes me question his fitness. Obviously, he hadn't played a lot coming in to the tournament, and then probably maybe has played more than expected in the other 2 games. But I mean, there's only 10 minutes to go, so I'm sure he would quite like a little run out.
Belgium's all-time leading goal scorer with 90 goals, Romelu Lukaku. 128 appearances for his country. Seems to have been around for a lifetime. Cross for Belgium to the back edge of the area, near side. Salamakers goes for glory. And the volley is, let's just say, if there was a goal on top of the goal, it may not have gone in.
He's a confident player, isn't he? He's got into some really good positions. The first touch is decent. Miles over.
10 minutes plus added time. As De Vries gets his first touch, but his ball forward is intercepted by Timothy Castagna, who played every minute of the World Cup in Qatar. He'll be relieved that they're not going out at the group stage this time around. Here's Salamakers on the right again. Fresh legs for Belgium. Infield it goes to another substitute, Onana. Calms things down in centre field. Castagna down the right side, near side as we look. Salamakers just tries to knock it infield to Ketelara without any success. New Zealand are being penned in their left back position. In the end, there's a nudge in the back from Mekala on Wood. You can appreciate, you said it earlier, how difficult it must be for Chris Wood, though they are attacking now. It's 4-on-4 down the middle, played through. It's a poor pass in the end from McCowart. Running around the outside was Ben Old, and given the position they were in, it was a disappointing end to that move, and we tempted fate here. Here comes Romelu Lukaku.
Here he comes. Yeah, I think that pass was poor. You could see they wanted the run inside, and he ends up playing it behind him.
Nicholas Ruskin is also about to come on for Belgium. When the ball goes dead, Henry Lukaku patiently waiting on the edge of Belgium's technical area.
I think this is also really good practice for the knockout phase now with regards to managing the game. You know, in moments like this is going to happen, so for Belgium actually keeping the quality high.
Ball played through towards Tielemans, who can't control it. Collected by Crocombe. Of course, it's going to be a real test in the very hot conditions in the southern parts of the USA and in Mexico. Of course, the air is thinner in Mexico as well at their stadiums because they're at higher altitude. So they are going to have to manage games quite carefully because, of course, extra time comes into play.
And no injuries as well. I think this is really important.
Lukaku and Ruskin still waiting to come on. The ball has not gone dead as yet. Elijah Just inside the Belgium half. Just outside the centre circle. Down the left now. That's a good ball from De Vries, who gets it back from Randall. Infield again. Stamanic to the right. Bindon drives it in. Takes a deflection off, I think, Tielemans, and goes out for a New Zealand corner. It's Egypt 1, Iran 1 in the other game. So Iran holding on to a spot in that little table of third place teams, but like Scotland, they're going to have to wait and see if it's enough to get them through. If they were to concede against Egypt, they wouldn't be making the round of 32. That's something Scotland will probably be praying for. Randall with the corner, punched away by the two fists of Courtois, and the rebound on the bounce is driven in by Elijah Just for a consolation for New Zealand, his third goal of the tournament. And while it may not make any difference in this game or stop them going home, it's a noteworthy consolation from a player who is attracting interest. It's New Zealand 1, Belgium 3.
I was just about to say before the corner, I really hope New Zealand get a goal because they deserve it. And I couldn't be happier for who has scored. He's been their best player by a mile. He's been their best player the whole tournament. You know, to score 3 goals in 3 games is impressive. And the finish is even more impressive. You You know, he scored a left foot volley already in the first game, and the way he brings it down, and it's nice. It's a nice moment for the fans, even though they are going out. And I'll tell you what, I'd be very surprised if I don't see Just in the Premier League next season.
It's prompting Belgium to make the changes. Lukaku comes on for Ketelara, and Raskin is going to replace the captain, Yuri Tielemans. The armband will be given to Lukaku on his 129th appearance. Not scored in his previous 8 World Cup appearances though, Romelu Lukaku.
You know that as well, absolutely. You do as a striker, you remember every goal and you know how long your goal droughts are, so he wanted to change that and he came so close, didn't he? With regard to the own goal that they conceded, he was inches away from getting that.
New Zealand 1, Belgium 3, 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Similar time in Seattle where Egypt and Iran are drawing 1-1. Egypt are going to finish second in the group behind Belgium on goal difference as it stands. Played into the edge of the area for Belgium here, clipped towards the far post, and Lukaku is there with his first touch to head in his 91st goal for Belgium. Well, that's an impact substitution. Doesn't make a lot of difference to the outcome of the game, but it ends that long drought in the World Cup for Romelu Lukaku. New Zealand 1, Belgium 4.
Oh, that's nice. It's a nice moment, especially what you were just saying before that on the drought that he was on. And we wanted to see him involved, and 5 minutes isn't a long time to make an impact, but I tell you what, all you need to do is this. Salah make a brilliant play out wide, and then what about this for a cross? Holds it up, go on, here you go, free header, heads it down. I mean, he's not missing there. How New Zealand have left him free like that is criminal, by the way, but credit to Romelu Lukaku. And moving forward, that is a headache that the manager's going to have. Who do you play in that number 9 role?
Well, I think that's a statement from Romelu Lukaku. I think that Raskin, who provided the cross, was also his first touch. So what a double substitution that was.
Credit to the manager, and I think again, depth of the squad, and this is where this Belgian team do have the depth.
By the way, Kevin De Bruyne's goal, the third Belgian goal, means that he's the oldest player to score for Belgium at the World Cup at 34 years and 363 days. He's just shy of his 35th birthday, Kevin De Bruyne.
When's his birthday? Might be the same as mine.
It's in a few days' time. I haven't got it right in front of me at this moment. Let's check it out. You keep talking, I'll check it out.
Mine's on the 30th, so mine's coming up as well, so I just thought maybe we've got the same birthday. He's a few years younger than me. I'm turning 38, sadly.
We're not that far ahead of him. 28th.
Oh,
just tomorrow. UK time.
Nice birthday for him anyway.
So his birthday will be midway through the World Cup. The important thing for him is that he'll be playing in the knockout stages after this comfortable win over New Zealand. Never really in doubt, certainly at 2-0 when Trossard got his second, but even at 1-0 it was hard to see. New Zealand hadn't had a shot on target, they barely threatened. Belgium had been all over them in the first half. We know that they had more touches in the opposition box than any other team in the first half of the game here. They've only scored 1 goal. But credit to New Zealand, they're still going, looking for a second consolation with 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Still Egypt 1, Iran 1. Both those goals scored inside the first 14 minutes of the game. So it's been a long old night for Iran, who need a point to stand a chance of going through. Francis de Vries with the throw-in. New Zealand launches it high. Courtois can't get there. Stamanic leans in, doesn't make it, and look at this for a counter. Got 4 Belgian players against 4 New Zealand players. Down the left is Fernandez Pardo. He's got support from Salamakis to the left. He keeps going across the D. Where's he going? He's going backwards. It's lost its momentum, and that's disappointing. When you've got 4 on 4, it should be more impactful than that.
should be, and it would have been if you've got a De Bruyne on the ball, but I think that's the difference in those moments is the quality wasn't there. Didn't see the runs, didn't see the pass, so ended up wasting a really good opportunity there for Belgium.
Free kick for a foul on Alexis Salamakers.
He's been lively since he's come on, hasn't he?
Quickly taken, and Onana tries his luck from a long way out, probably 35 yards. The ball, though, going wide with a goal that was already covered by Max Crocombe. So Romelu Lukaku on to 91 goals for his country with that immediate impact. Playing at his 4th World Cup as well, like Courtois, like De Bruyne. Axel Witsel's on the bench. He's a long-standing Belgian player.
91 goals, that's impressive.
6th World Cup goal for Lukaku, by the way, scoring at his 3rd finals, which is surpassing Mark Wilmot's record. 4 minutes of added time in Vancouver. Belgium cruising through to the round of 32 at the moment as group winners. Courtois sweeps it high into the New Zealand half, headed down by Sermon. Lukaku almost got there before a New Zealand player did, and now Crocombe can build from the back. It's going to feel like a very long journey home anyway to New Zealand, even though it is a long journey back. But they played their part, and Elijah Just is on the ball now, has scored 3 of their 4 goals.
They absolutely have. I think fatigue has just hit them, sadly. I think as the tournament's gone on, they've got weaker and weaker per game, whereas actually, on the flip side for Belgium, game by game, they've got stronger and stronger. I think this has been by far their best performance. And momentum is so key. You know, good performance, good result, that takes you into a good situation moving forward now, whoever they face.
Here is Elijah Just inside his own half, under pressure from Fernandes Pardo. He's helped out, though, in midfield by McCowart. And it goes to Boxall. Stamenic. Randall for De Vries, forward it goes, headed back by Onana. Chance here for Belgium to extend their lead further. Salamakers into Lukaku, wants it on his favoured left foot, lays it back to Salamakers in the area, then laid through again. Vanaken, there's not enough space for anyone to shoot. De Kuyper, brilliant save by Crocombe. That was a scything effort from Maxime De Kuyper. And another Max. Crocombe makes the save.
Yeah, well done to Crocombe. It's a great strike. No one really wanted to take the shot on, to be honest. And then it's actually the defender there that actually fancies it. And to be fair, it's a good height. It's actually at the keeper. But still, we've got to make the save.
Short corner on this near side. Fernandes Pardo, just over 90 seconds left of added time. It's still 1-1 between Egypt and Iran. Salamakers, right angle of the penalty area, turning left and right, trying to find space. Into the air it goes. Raskin back out wide to the near side. Fernandes Pardo up against Just, crosses in, palmed away by Crocombe, hooked further clear, and then the eyes of Arthur Thiat lit up, and nearly hit the lights in the stadium.
Wild decision. But again, I'm going to highlight Salamakers. We spoke about it. Subs coming on, wanting to make an impact and wanting to get themselves into that starting 11 for the next game. Does he go ahead for me ahead of Adoku? Potentially right now.
Belgium had 34 attempts on goal, 9 on target in this game.
First stat is great, second stat maybe not so much, but creating opportunities, that's the hardest thing in football to do, so that is a positive thing that they are creating so much, but still need to get practicing. Finishing needs to be better.
Iran have almost held out against Egypt, which is bad news for Scotland, as Iran now drop into that top 8 in the 3rd place team. Scotland drop down a place. Their chances of making the knockout stages are fading as the games go by. Lukaku, left edge of the area, 3 players want it in the box. It's laid square. Salamakers shoots. Krocum is wrong-footed, and it's goal number 5 for Belgium. Another substitute on the score sheet. A third for his country for Alexis Salamakers. New Zealand 1, Belgium 5.
And I said it, I think he's going to be starting the next game. He's been so lively since coming on. So has Lukaku. Goal and an assist within 5 minutes. And this is a great finish, by the way. First time that comes across his body, just places it with the inside of his foot. I love those finishes. You don't need power there. You just need to find the gap and find the space. And what I love even more is that he fakes to go across into the far corner, but actually then whips it back into that near post and wrong foot to the goalie. Really classy finish there.
So 5 goals for Belgium. That's a bit more like it. None of their players had scored at this World Cup until Trossard's opener. And I can tell you, in the other game, in Group G, Iran have taken the lead in the 3rd minute of added time as this game ends. So Belgium will win the group thanks to this 5-1 win. 2 goals for Leandro Trossard and a goal apiece for Kevin De Bruyne. Romelu Lukaku with his first touch as a substitute, and then another substitute, Salamakers scoring. Elijah Just got the consolation for New Zealand, his 3rd goal of the tournament. So Belgium win the group, and Iran have moved up to 2nd place in the group. It's not going to affect Egypt in terms of the last 32 because they've got 4 points even without any points here, so they will qualify anyway. But Iran will now play Australia as it stands. Belgium are set to play South Korea as it stands, and Egypt will now be Switzerland's opponents. It can all change in a matter of moments. Your assessment of that game, Tasnawi?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I wanted to see this. I wanted to see the Belgian team that I'd been expecting to see. Really good quality throughout. De Bruyne heavily involved in everything positive as we expected. Lots of different goal scorers. Not a clean sheet, which would be what they'll be disappointed in. And then with New Zealand, I mean, I didn't expect much, to be honest. I mean, you say they're the lowest ranked team in the tournament. They show moments, and that's all they can offer really, but tired legs in the end. But thoroughly entertaining game, lots of goals. And now I'm actually intrigued to see how Belgium do now in the knockout stages. If they play like this, then on their day they can beat anyone.
It's the first time they've won a World Cup match by 4 goals or more. The final score in Vancouver is New Zealand 1, Belgium 5.